Favorite class of all time, man. You know what's hella funny? Is like when I was driving here, I was like thinking like, man, I wonder what questions they're gonna ask. And I was just thinking like on the top of that list is like, oh, maybe that's what my favorite class is. And that was the only one I could think of. So I came with a prepared answer. Like I meditated on it and I have a real answer for you, but I have it right now. I don't have to think about it.
That's really hard.
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, yeah, they gotta hit me with a hard one.
These are such hard questions. Okay, let me think.
But but like favorite classes can be favorite for so many different reasons. Like maybe because of the choreography or like the way classes run.
My dance, I guess, quote unquote, time, or I guess my dance time has pretty much been just at On One. Like I started pretty much a year ago to the date, so I've really only been here, but I mentioned I really enjoy Larisa's classes.
It's pretty much any like class taught by Larisa.
Because I think she brings a lot of energy and she changes her style up week to week as well.
Just because of like our little dance group. It's fun dancing with all of our friends and being goofy and stuff like that.
Larisa and KJ's Monday night workshop.
Monday night workshop with Larisa and KJ.
I just love the different styles within one piece.
They're like, you know, doing groups and all that. I just felt like ready or hungry for more. So that was a good experience.
I don't really have a favorite class, but I really like Jalen P's classes.
Jalen's sassy hip hop classes that he has here at On One Studios. I love those.
I think his choreography is just so fun to do. Plus he gives us a lot of time to execute it. And yeah, it's just a really fun class. Shout out to Jalen P.
I think there was this like one class that Daniel did here at On One where they like set up lights and like had cameras and everything, and I thought that was really cool just to see people going all out after like 70 minutes of instruction and going all out and filming it and like interacting with each other while they're filming. So I thought that was cool.
The K-pop classes. The environment of On One K-pop, for example, like for Eric Pham's classes, he's very upbeat and he makes sure everyone feels included, especially when we kind of break off before we start dancing. I feel like those are my favorite moments within class because it helps me be more in touch with everyone and we have something in common.
Okay, I don't know if this is gonna count, but so Jason Rillera, when he does his classes, sometimes he'll do this thing where he'll loop the song or like the part of the song that he choreographed to, and then like maybe a couple 8 counts before or after, and then we'll stand around like around as if we're gonna do a cypher, and then each group will just go up like for their groups. And I really like that kind of like the way that classes run, because then just people are really like vibing off with each other. The transition is so seamless. And like admittedly, I've actually never taken a Jason Rillera class that was like that, but like I know of it, and I've taken class from other people who have like ran class the same way. So like I know like Sam Yoshi has like done it before, and then one of the CF members, Erica, she also ran her Shop Monthly the same way, and it was just like really, really fun. Yeah.
Aggie Loyola, when she taught, I'm forgetting the artist. She taught an LMA song. Yes. When she taught Boot Up, it was like my favorite time. I just had like, it was very natural to me, and I just had the best time.
I took a Ken in San Jose class when I was like just starting, and it was really, really bad. But I really liked the vibes in the class, and it was just like fun all around because like everyone was just like in the moment and not really like on their phones or like focusing too hard. We were just like partying.
Taryn Chang, obviously.
Taryn Chang's Monday night. That was my first Monday night ever, so I felt like a really good starting place because she taught a slower piece, and it just felt really good.
My favorite class of all time was a Monday night workshop with Gabriel Padilla. I think it was like a year ago. His name is like Boy Kimba on Instagram. Shout out Boy Kimba. But he basically came to the Bay Area. I think it was like his first time here, and he was like someone I always like looked up to down in like LA. So for him to like come here and like share the space was like really special for me because I thought I'd never get a chance to like actually learn from him.
I believe my favorite class that taught me a lot was, it was Robin Chang's class. Chang, is it Chang? He taught a Monday night workshop a couple like I believe last summer, and it was the first Monday night workshop of my whole like life in Almond Studios or in general. So it was very fun.
I took, my first Monday night workshop was David Lee's class, and he's just like a ball of energy. And then I took it again like a year later, and to see just like the difference in how I dance, but also just like to have that energy again, and just it was a lot of fun.
One would be Brittany Aguilar. She taught a year or so ago at a Full Potential studio. And then I was like, oh, she's teaching. I'm gonna go. I texted like all my friends, like, please come with me to take it. And it was funny because I was like fangirling, fanboying like there. And I straight up told her, I'm just like, hi, I'm like shaking right now. Thank you for class. Yeah.
But let's say in the more recent terms, probably the chaos dance experience is really not just one class. It was a whole convention and the whole weekend. So it was like technically 15 classes probably, not just one class. So I don't even think I'm answering that question right.
I believe it was the first time I took Carlo Durang's class at his Monday night workshop, like 2014? I don't even remember the year.
Carlo and Chris Martin. And that was just like super cool to me because it was like, they were like, I used to watch YouTube videos of them all the time, like growing up and stuff.
Another one is Gina Hong. Her Monday night workshop was just super great. I felt like she brought a lot of wholesome energy that I was missing in my life.
Ooh, dang. The first thing that pops in my head when I heard that was Isidro Raphael's class, because he was one of the biggest figures that I had in mind during the time, and I was so shook that he was teaching Monday Night Workshop. And then when I took it, I was like, dang, I really liked it. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Hi, Isidro, if you're watching this.
Another one of my favorite classes was probably my first Monday night workshop was with David Lim, way back in like I think it was before it was even Susan's. It was like, I forgot where that studio was, but that studio was fun just because GRV is like one of my favorite crews. And I've always liked David Lim's like technicalities and the way he like hits the music.
I don't know. Oh, what's her name? The redhead. For that one intensive. What's her name? Yes, Jillian Myers from, was it Wintensive? Wintensive like 2 or 3 years ago.
She just has so much inspirational energy.
Yeah, dude, she's crazy.
Like, I felt like when I was taking her class, I was really like taking a class in movement and stuff versus like just learning a piece and just calling it a day and stuff. She really, really like explored with the students and explored different ways to move and ways to think about movement. And that's what I like in a dance class, is like getting more than just this cool choreography, which is awesome too, but I just want a little bit more with my dance classes.
And finally, Lando Wilkins, he did a Monday night workshop in 2016 summer. He just has a lot of knowledge on the history of urban dance and where we've been, and just a lot of perspective that I think a lot of current dancers don't give you, and I think it's something that like he uniquely brings to his classes.
Well, I always have fun at the classes here, like the weekly classes here, but I think the class that hit me the most, like that had the biggest impact on me, was my first and only intensive, which was Spring Intensive, when Ellen Kim and what's his name, Kalani and David Lee came. It was just such, and that's when like I was only dancing for like
I don't know, a couple months, I decided to take the intensive, and I was not ready at all. But Ellen Kim has been like my idol since I was in high school. I used to take her choreography and teach it at school. But seeing her in the flesh was so life-changing, and just being able to learn from all of these big people that are so established in the community. And yeah, being a new dancer and seeing them, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is life-changing.
There was a weekend where
Ellen Kim
came out. She taught like 3 classes, 2 at Full Out, 1 at City Dance. I took all 3, but her City Dance one I think was like definitely one of my favorites of all time.
Her class was just like the first class that made me feel like a cool dancer. So that's probably one of them. There's so much right out there, but Ellen Kim's class back in 2008. My favorite class of all time was Mariel Madrid at City Dance. It was my first class I took from her. She's like my idol. It was the best.
One of my favorite classes of all time was the hardest class that I took, which was with Pat Cruz.
I think it was probably one of Pat's classes.
Pat Cruz opened my mind to the different ways you can execute a choreography to a song. His musicality was amazing,
and his technique and the way he executes is something that I just respect and think is really cool. Also, he's a great teacher. Very just knows his style and knows how to explain it. So I think that's really good when the teacher is just spot on, knows their stuff. It makes the class experience a lot more exciting.
I mean, right off the bat, I think it definitely goes to one of the 3 people I mentioned earlier. But I think in terms of experience, I would probably say when I went to Building Block to do mentor month with Mechnoon, that was something totally different.
Okay, the class that stuck with me, the first one that came to my head that stuck with me a lot was Larkin's class during, I forgot which intensive it was, but there's just so many different aspects of that class where he had some floor work, he had footwork foundation, also whatever this is foundation, and all this stuff that I never really thought to work on. He kind of incorporated all of that in one workshop.
I didn't fact check this, but I believe it was the cookies experience for our Monday night workshop, where there was literally 100 or more students in here. And it was such a cool class because they had us split up into groups. They taught us the choreo, then they split up into groups, and we had to block it together during the workshop in this studio. So I was wow. And then afterwards, everyone performed it for everyone. The choreo was hard to begin with, and then having to block it with not strangers, because you knew some people, but then pretty much people you don't usually hang out with or dance with. So that was a really fun experience. It really challenged me, and it was fun seeing other people's crafts.
Favorite class of all time, I think it would have to be either the dual Monday night workshop with Aya and Sean.
Sean Evaristo and Aya Asagawa came and taught an intensive here. It was not the class itself. It was kind of our drills he made us do. There was one where it was experimenting with freestyling, kind of opened my body up to other movement. Was that movement? Movement just allowed me to, just dive deeper into what I could do.
I took a company monthly workshop, and the people that were teaching were, I forgot the first person that was teaching. It was J-Flo, Jekka, Jane, and Sean Evaristo. And that was the first time I took a Westlake class. I think the one thing that I remembered during Sean's class was that I've never seen a teacher really stare at his students. And when he stares at people, it's really it's he's looking into people's souls. He's trying to I don't know how to explain it. He's trying to look into you. and not just the movement, but like how you're feeling and stuff. And like when I saw that, it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
If I really had to pick one, Bam Martin's class, I think 2009, May 17th at Infinity Dance Studio. Because that was my very first class. So I want to say like that pretty much was the funnest because it started off my whole journey.
Tie-Dye's class, and it's my favorite class because, yeah, I don't know, just being in a room with that man, like, it just brought out a different energy. It like, he really helped me like find like another side of myself, which is funny because it wasn't like when I realized what it is now, like it wasn't like another side of myself, but he helped me like find myself like in my dance. Yeah, and that's like a really powerful and like meaningful thing to me. So yeah, Tie-Dye's SLX 2017.
Yeah, and I always like Jekka's stuff. It's fun. It's like problem solving, like really like tricky. Okay, next question.